Hi, Renaissance Man here. Another episode of the Hungry Hungarian Hammock Hanger. Been trying to figure out how to do pancakes as an ultralight backpacker for a while. Here's my go at it. Hope you enjoy. Today's shopping list is going to include 1 pack of pancake mix, or feel free to make them from scratch, some agave nectar, some powdered milk, and some shelf-stable bacon. You can also use 1 cup of water if you're going to be using the packet, vegetable oil to coat the griddle, and 2 milkshake straws. Need to preset your griddle to 375. Bring 1 cup of water to the party. I use an old protein shake scoop to dish out my pancakes, and I have lightly greased the top with some vegetable oil. I think it's going to be best if we make small pancakes. Once they start to bubble up and look a little bit fluffy, I'm going to get ready to flip that just as the sides start to harden. Does that help some? I think that helps a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these into quarters. Hydrator at 135. I'm using my timer again, and I'm going to do this for 8 hours and see how we do. Alright, so when you pick them up, that should definitely be hard. Can't squeeze them. Breaking them off is, there's just little crumbs. Definitely makes the whole house smell good. So let's see. So I'm going to grab just a couple of these pieces. I'll do the equivalent of 2. I'm going to crumble them up down in some smaller pieces down in the bag to see how this ends up doing. And I'm going to set the freezer bag down inside just so I'll have less dishes to do. And this will screw on up top once I add the boiling water. For today's test, I'm just going to be using an electric kettle to boil my water. I'm also going to bring in a little bit of dehydrated milk, just a pinch or 2, since there's not a lot. And I'm going to add just a little bit of water in there. Open this up. Looks like it's starting to get rehydrated a little bit. Some of the milk current smells really good. So at this point I'm going to add just a little bit of some bacon bits. That probably looks good. I like bacon with my pancakes. And then to allow it to continue warming, I'm going to go ahead and add some agave nectar in there as well. I'm just going to dump probably about not quite a teaspoon in there. I'm going to let that mingle for a little bit. We'll try it out in just a moment. So let's give this a try and see if ultralighters can do pancakes and bacon. That was great. I only added enough hot water just to barely fill up the bottom. So mostly it was steam getting back up into the dehydrated pancakes. Every once in a while I just kind of shake it around. Total cook time was like 10 minutes, not including the boiling. So adding the milk was a good idea. Helps fortify it a little bit, I think, and adds a little bit of extra protein, which is important, particularly in the most important meal of the day. Pieces down on the bottom are a little soggy, a little bit. May have let it sit a little too long. But great consistency overall. Alright, so I took a party straw and I cut it in half. I'm going to take and have just a little bit exposed here with some needle nose. I'm going to take a lighter. I'm going to melt down one side, let that cool. Once that's once that's good and hard, I can let go. And now I'm going to put the agave nectar down in there. Find it best just to kind of let it slide down the side. If you try to pump it in there too fast, it tends to come up right at you. Now, leave about a half of an inch or so, because when you go to close this off, it's going to bend. Now you're going to get some burning here, so I try to get as much out of there as possible. That go. Now I've got a little syrup packet for out in the woods, and this is going on the trail for sure. So just like anything else, I guess I can just make it at home, take it with me.